Hi, welcome to Fun Facts with Leslie. We are going to be talking today about the 2006 inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We are also going to be talking about how, in my opinion, this is the funniest group of inductees that anyone possibly could have chosen. Let me ask you, the viewing public, who exactly chooses who goes into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Who is this elusive group of 700 experts? I'll tell you who they are. They're people who apparently don't listen to music. Now, let me begin by saying that I have nothing against any of this year's inductees. I think they're all wonderful. But once we begin to go down the list, I think that you will see, as I have already noticed, that none of them actually play rock and roll. Number 1, Black Sabbath. I'm sorry, have you heard Black Sabbath? Now don't get me wrong, these guys are fantastic and they're pioneers, but they are dark and they are metal. Number 2, Blondie. Blondie? Okay, granted, Debbie Harry is beautiful and Heart of Glass is, it's unbelievable. Blondie even raps for the first time on Rapture. You know what? I'm going to leave Blondie alone for now. I'm going to say that of all the people they've decided to induct this year, that Blondie is the most legitimate. Miles Davis. I love Miles Davis as much as you do, but the man is a saxophone player. He is not a rock and roll artist. Wonderful, inspirational. I love Miles Davis, but I'm not sure he should be on this list. Lynyrd Skynyrd. Okay, they're fantastic, but there was a plane crash in 1977 that killed several of their members, including the lead singer. Despite the fact that they replaced him with his younger brother and pretended that nothing had happened, some of us noticed that the lineup had been slightly altered, and I'm not entirely sure that I would put them in to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just because they've been nominated 7 times and people are tired of shuffling through their applications. There's no end to the irony in this. The Sex Pistols represent anti-establishment. You can't take the Sex Pistols and put them in an establishment and expect that they're going to be happy about it. The Sex Pistols were about everything that the establishment didn't stand for, and which brings me to my final point, which is what I think is the funniest thing that they've done. They have decided this year that at the same time as they asked the Sex Pistols to come and join the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they've asked the founders of A&M, Albert and Moss. Now, for those of you who don't know, here's a little music trivia for you. A&M is the label that dropped the Sex Pistols and refused to cover their album. You want to know why? Because after they offered them a record contract, March 10th, 1977, outside Buckingham Palace, they went back to celebrate at A&M's headquarters, and they celebrated by vomiting all over the president's desk. A&M promptly decided that they would have nothing to do with the Sex Pistols. The Sex Pistols hate A&M as a result, which is why it's just unbelievably hysterical that the rock and roll establishment decides on the same night to honor the Sex Pistols and A&M. And you'll be happy to know, as I was as a Sex Pistols fan, that the Sex Pistols released a statement saying that they would not be attending the ceremony because, and I quote them, "We are not your monkey."